I've been saying forever and a day, there's no such thing as a free will, that you do not have a free will. Anyone that tells you that you have a free will, they are your enemy. Run, don't walk away from them. You do not have a free will. And you can find out for yourself if you doubt me, and you should. Don't just believe me because I said it. You need to see it for yourself. No free will. And you can test it. If you have a free will yourself to never get angry again. Will yourself to have perfect peace. Will yourself not to ever get lonely again. Will yourself not to try to get revenge. Will yourself not to have fear. Not to worry. Take your little free will, see what happens. What the? I have more proof that there's no free will. This is from MSN. It's so crazy that, well, I understand how the thoughts work. To believe that you have a free will and yet you can't will yourself free. Why don't you question that? MSN is reporting, after more than 40 years studying humans, Stanford University neurobiologist Robert Sapolsky has reached the conclusion that human behavior is beyond our control. Human behavior is beyond our control. Listen to this. This is so deep. A man who shot into a crowd has no more control over his fate than the victim who happened to be shot in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's deep. Watch this from, hold on. Hubert Ben Lab clip. Watch this.
I don't think we have a shred of free will. 95% of philosophers, and I think probably the majority of neuroscientists, saying that we have free will in at least some circumstances. I don't think there's any at all. You do something, you behave, you make a choice, whatever. To understand why you did that, where did that intention come from? Part of it was due to the sensory environment you were in the previous minute. Some of it is from whether you had a wonderful or stressful last 3 months and what sort of neuroplasticity happened. Part of it is what hormone levels you were exposed to as a fetus. Part of it is what culture your ancestors came up with and thus how you were parented when you were a kid. There's no space in there to fit in a free will concept that winds up being, in your brain, but not of your brain. Where people go off the rails is translating that into, we can change ourselves. We can't, because there's no free will.
That's deep. Now, all of it, except, all of the things he named, the real deal is come from hating, being angry. And another spirit, which is evil, take over and recreate your nature from innocent to evil, from good to evil. And 99.9%, no, but 99.99999% of the time, it comes from mama. The moment, and I don't care what color you are, where you are, the moment you become angry at mama, when you're a little kid, your nature starts to change from good to evil. Even Batman. Remember Batman? Batman. 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 Even Batman doesn't have a free will. Now, if Batman ain't got no free will, you know we ain't got no free will. YouTube and fandom. This is from YouTube and fandom. Speaking of Batman not having a free will, Batman is a 1960s television series. Adam West's portrayal of Batman is famous for being comedic and insincere compared to previous versions. And some of you older folks may remember Batman, may recognize this. Watch this photo. See, Batman. Batman. That's not the right melody for it.
It sounds good to me.
That's all right to me, too. I see his bat wings as I sing it. What was the melody, Hate? He doesn't know. What was the melody for Batman?
Now you threw me off. No, 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 no. Batman. 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 No, 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 no.
That's what you did.
Batman.
Oh, no, that's exactly what I did.
You're lying. You didn't. Well, you sang off key.
Batman.
That's completely different. No, 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 no. Batman.
Whatever, Hate. Whatever.
I gotta go.
I want you to hear the story about Batman and see how and if does it applies to your life. Are you going through the same thing or have gone through the same thing or similar? And do you still think you have a free will? Here's the life of Adam West, the Batman guy. From Wikipedia, Adam West was born on September 19, 1928. Wow, I didn't know he was that old. What the? In Walla Walla. That's Batman Town. Doesn't it sound like Batman? Walla Walla, Washington. Watch this from Cool Classics.
Adam West. You probably know him from playing Batman on the Batman 66 TV series. He was born September 19th, 1928 in Seattle's Swedish hospital. His father, Otto West Anderson, was 25 at the time and the son of Swedish immigrants. His mother, Audrey Spear, was 22 at the time of his birth, and she was a very flamboyant beauty queen. As a young woman, Audrey had been studying to be a concert pianist, but she won a scholarship to study opera in Los Angeles, so her and Otto moved to Hollywood Hills, and that's where she pursued a career in Hollywood. After chasing her Hollywood dreams for 3 years with little success, that's when she had Billy and ended up just moving back to Washington. Now, Adam says in his autobiography that his mother became very bitter. She was upset that stardom had eluded her. She started to say things to Adam such as, "If I never would have had you, I could have stayed in Hollywood until I got my big break." He said, even as a young kid, I understood and felt the power in those words. This was a very heavy burden for me to carry.
Amazing, huh? My mama don't lie to you. She lies everyone. And Wikipedia is also reporting more on Adam West. See if this applies to you in any form or fashion at all. And be honest with yourself. You don't have to say it out loud, but at least don't lie to yourself about this evil stuff, right? In order to overcome it, you must be born again. So according to Wikipedia, he moved to Seattle with his mother when he was 15, following his parents' divorce. Watch this from Cool Classic.
Adam says that by the time he was 10 years old, his mother was out of control. He came home from school early one day, and he found his mother having sex with the priest from the church. And then my mother tells me that I better not say anything. He said I was so confused. I knew this was wrong, but I wasn't supposed to say. And I felt sorry for my father. He was a kind and decent man. Now, when he was 14 years old, things changed drastically overnight. His mother had been secretly having an affair with the neurosurgeon Paul Flathow. One day, she took the boys, left, filed for divorce, and then eventually married this man. He said all of a sudden, him and his brother John are living in a strange house with a strange man, and his father isn't anywhere around. And this house wasn't normal. He said it was huge. The whole town called it the Stone Mansion. He said, well, my mother got as close as she could to fame. Now she had status. She could start entertaining famous people again.
Wow. See how the ego works? Anything for the ego. You can't get the fame, you get the status, you get something, and you have nothing. Poor boy, huh? Wikipedia. West was married 3 times. So you see the trauma he went through that came through his mother. I've told you once, I've told you twice, I told you 1,000 times, and I will continue to tell you, the hell come through the woman. Because Satan is a woman's God until she's born again of the Father, the true God, from above and not from below. The hell come through the woman. And it doesn't matter if she had the man's children. That hell in her will destroy those children to get what she wants. Because in hell there is no love. Anyone that try to hurt you have no love. Zero. They ain't trying to help you. You see the hell that Adam went through? Every woman he got involved with was his mama. So he was still living in hell, not only within himself, but every woman he got involved with. I'm telling you, it was the same spirit of the mama. Wikipedia. West was married 3 times. His first marriage was to his college girlfriend. The couple divorced 6 years later. Cool classic. Watch this.
I was a young man living in a beach paradise with beautiful women all around. Then one night I seen this woman dancing. Her name was Na, and I fell in love. Well, before long, the 2 of them ended up getting married, and within 2 years, they had a son named Hunter and a daughter named Janelle. He was on TV over 25 times per year, which meant he didn't have a lot of time at home. And in his absence, his wife tells him that she fell in love with another man and she wanted a divorce. Well, this devastated him. He said this was the first time that he turned to alcohol, not for fun or to party, but to drown his sorrows. But instead, it made him even more depressed and angry.
Amazing. Does this sound like your life? Now we let anger go? Anger is a trauma. You're not stuck in it if you don't want to be. Adam repeated exactly what his father did. He got married to a woman that's cheated on. His father, wife did the same thing, his mother. And because he hated it, he became like what he hated. And he ended up repeating the same life, generation after generation. This is from historylink.org. Adam West always suspected that his mother resented his success and that his mother's ambitions had somehow transferred to him. West describes her as headstrong, alcoholic, and manic depressive. Watch this from Cool Classic.
All the children were watching the show. The teens and 20-somethings, well, they were tuning in because of all the pop culture references of the time. And the adults, well, they were picking up on all the sexual innuendos. So with everybody watching the show, Adam West became a star and a sex symbol. His father loved it and was congratulating him. They were all excited. They threw a big party. When he visited his mother, it was the opposite. He said that she was so jealous that she wouldn't even congratulate him or acknowledge any of his success at all. He says in life, when you care for someone, you're rooting for them. You cheer their successes. And when you have them and they don't cheer back for you, well, you know who your true friends and family are. And sometimes it hurts really bad when you find out the truth.
Amazing. I rest my case. No free will, folks. And if you notice, Adam West's mother went from beauty to beast. Beauty to beast. You look like an old hag in the end. That's what anger will do to you. And he repeated his mother's life. And Adam West could not help himself. The evil spirit was passed on to him by becoming angry from his mother. And Adam West couldn't help himself. Facts versus reported that Adam West lived a secret life filled with women and booze, thinking that that was the answer, and it's not. When will you stop loving your misery? Amazing life, huh? If you don't learn from that you don't have a free will, then may God have mercy on your soul. If ever you needed the Lord, you need him now. It's amazing you could be free, but you're in hell in your own world and you think it's somebody else. Ladies, women, girls, teenagers, females, whatever you want to call yourself. You've been set up. You've been made to believe that you're worth more than what you are. I've never thought or seen this before in America. I remember in America, women used to be somewhat decent. They ain't that way no more. I remember in the world, in this country, I put home first, women did not expect men to spend their money on them, to act like they're married when they're not. But women, you're really on a trip. And some men are trying to live up to your trip. And all they're doing is getting in hell, deeper in hell. Women, you have been set up. That's why you're walking around half naked, all this makeup on, looking like a clown. All these fake butts you went and paid for at the doctor's office look like those workout balls at the gym. What do you call those balls where they big round ball? Yoga balls. Women, your butts are looking like yoga balls. That ain't attractive. And men, stop it. Spoiling these women. You're not supposed to be spending your money on them. In the good old days, that would not have happened. Not only would the woman would not have allowed that to happen, the men would have never done that. I think men and women back in the good old days had somewhat what you call self-pride about themselves that they don't have today at all. Stop it. Men, stop. When you take women out, if you take a woman out for a date, take her to the cheese factory. Take her to Popeyes. And if she doesn't want to go there, dump her. Because all she wants is money. And she think you're supposed to spend your money on her. You're not even supposed to spend that much money on your wife. And especially not a girlfriend. Or some woman you're dating. Stop it. You're messing the women up, and the women going nuts trying to be it because they want the money. And if a woman bitch about going to the Cheesecake Factory, give her the finger and be done with her. Because what she's saying, I'm just about your money. That's all I want. I'm your queen. This is from the Daily Mail. Watch this. If you don't believe me, I got proof. Smiling faces sometimes tell lies, but I got proof. This is from the Daily Mail. Alicia and Jay made headlines when a clip of their first date went viral last week. She claimed that going to the Cheesecake Factory was embarrassing. Watch this from X.
Let me just get the door for you. Okay. He got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. I ain't getting out this car. Yes.
Would you want me to open the door for you? You're recording me?
Yeah.
He ain't got to be with a black woman anyway.
This is the Cheesecake Factory.
With all that hair.
This is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all.
What's the problem with that?
This is a chain restaurant. Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant.
Like what?
Want to talk about it? I'm fine with talking about it, even in front of them.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Come on, get up on in the car. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it.
I would say, you know what? Get out of my car. Take the Uber back home. I'm gone. Bye. Get out of my car. I would have used a word, 2 or 3. A full letter word. Isn't that something? She up there looking like a clown with all that makeup and fake hair, and she think a Cheesecake Factory. What? The Cheesecake Factory is nice. Lasagna, the salad is nice, and it's definitely too nice for her. See, the other race men, you're not supposed to be dating these black women. They think they queens. The black men have lied to them because they were scared of them. They call them queen to try to get along with them. And here you are dating them thinking, oh, black in the berry is sweeter than juice? Uh-huh. I would have said, you know what? Get out of my car. Stand right there. I'll be back. I'm going to park my car. I'll be gone. Not even that. I would say, you know what? Get out of my car. I'm out of here. Bye. When will you all stand up, men? And how would the women get better if you don't stand up? But the men have set the women up by spending all their money on. Men, you are fools for spending money on women that you're not even married to. And even then, you're supposed to be careful how you spend. Wise in spending. This is from X. The woman who rejected the Cheesecake Factory speaks out. Watch this compilation.
I believe that many of you have seen the now viral video about me choosing to reject the Cheesecake Factory because I wanted more from my date. It's interesting to me that just how a moment in time can shape how so many view you. And I want you to understand that my mission has always been to empower women, for women to feel respected, cared for.
To be fair, I mean, I was always raised that the man is supposed to cater to you. I mean, you're courting me, so court me. Mm-hmm. That means wherever I want to go, you take me.
Absolutely.
Whatever I want, you buy me. That's courting. You know, I'm looking for a provider.
Wow.
So I'm expecting to be treated like royalty. I mean, as a black woman, we're really tired of having to settle. We want to be treated well. Mm-hmm. We want that soft life. So that's what I thought I was going after.
Look at that poor guy. He's like, what the? I'm going back to India. And the only thing the woman got to offer, she has nothing else to offer today's woman but sex. That's it. The man doesn't care about her intellect at all because it ain't worth a dime. And all she has is sex. Nothing. That's why she put on those fake eyelashes and fake hair and stuff her face with makeup and all she is worth is sex. And the man ain't even thinking about the intellect at all. It's not even on his mind. And it's not on your mind either, lady, because you're selling sex. You're sluts looking for slut makers. Can you imagine this woman being upset? She's not going into the Cheesecake Factory. I was like, you know what? Get out of my car. You ain't worth that. What the? I should have taken you to McDonald's. And apparently, this is a common thing. Watch this from X.
What's the most a man should spend on a first date?
I feel like if I'm going to get ready and I'm going to use all my products to come out with you, I need like a minimum of $200. A minimum, and that's like being
like
nice.
A prostitute.
And what does the man get in return for that?
My presence?
What, aren't you having his presence within you already?
I hear you, but no. No. I mean, like, I'm here to get to know you. I'm here to get to know you. You invited me out.
But he has to drop $200.
Yeah. Because
minimum.
Yeah. Because you invited me out.
Just because you have to do your makeup?
My moisturizer is $400. My eye cream is $300. My serum is like another $300. I'm spending my money on these products. I'm going to use these products.
What are you using them for, though?
For myself.
Okay.
But I'm going to use these products and I'm going to show up because it's not like I'm going to show up in sweats.
The man doesn't owe you anything if you're just getting to know each other.
If you're inviting me out, you owe me a date.
Ooh, man, they both standing there looking like prostitute with all that mess on. Why can't you just be a natural beautiful woman? Why you got to make yourself up to look like a clown? I know the makeup people who make it and sell it, they'll treat you. You need this makeup, you need that makeup, you need this, and you buy it. And now you walk out looking like you're going to a corner somewhere to sell yourself. So this is a thing now, huh? Poor guys. It's not poor if if y'all stop doing it, the women would change. They just know you have them on a pedestal that they should not be, and you're encouraging their ego. Watch this I'm going to give you another example of how the women go nuts. And just the loss. This is what happened, man, when the light go out in the man, the woman can't find her way. She loses her direction. And she operates in total darkness. Watch this from the Messenger. TikTok has gone viral for complaining that she has, TikToker has gone viral for complaining that she has not been able to get a marketing job that pays $150,000 a year. Watch this from TikTok.
I have a bone to pick with America! So I'm headed to my serving job. I have my literal business marketing degree that put me in a cute $80,000 in debt. And I make more serving sushi rolls because I've been applying to marketing jobs for weeks now. And the pay cut is insane. Insane. But the jobs that are like a cute $150,000 to $200,000 a year, I'm not getting those. 25-year-old chick going against people with so much experience. All I got is my degree. You know, people say, get your degree, but then they don't talk about how you need experience. The degree was the experience!
That's what you get for going to college, you idiot. Stop letting the world convince you of things that you don't want. They make you think that's what you want, and all they're getting is money and power from you. They don't care about you. Why don't you take control of your own life? That's what you get for going to college. I told you, don't go to college. They're just using you for money. They don't care about you. Have things really gotten this bad? I see the guys riding in the passenger seat, the woman's seat in the car, and the woman is driving in his seat, and he's just uncomfortable. Mama driving. But I really want to know, is this true, or is this just an act? Because I know a lot of people just putting out acts and things on TikTok and these different places to get attention. But if this is true, what I'm about to show you now, then Grandpa, the world really gone crazy. I want to know, guys, would you let your wife do this to you? Watch this from X. This guy his wife is taking immaculate care of him. Watch this from X. And you can tell she's making a fool out of him. She put a pink bow on his head. This is sad. He let his wife make a total fool of him. and she doesn't love him. When you that weak, men, women don't love you. They're judging you. They're glad that they can make a fool of you. And the fact that she even put, not only that he lay up there and let her make him up like that, to put a pink bow on his head, she said in the very beginning, I'm making a fool of you. You weak, pathetic, poor excuse of a man. Man, it's not supposed to be this way, and this is why the world is going crazy. God said it, and it's true. You can overcome the world. And everyone around you will be catching hell because they're living from the fake world, the illusion of the world, and they're catching hell around you. They won't even know you have perfect peace because they're in their mind. They think your mind is working as their mind are, and they think you're feeling and thinking what they are. They think that you're catching the hell that they're catching. It's weird. It's so interesting, though. It's fascinating. Not only is Satan evil, the evil spirit, offering you suicidal thoughts within your own imagination, the world is working on behalf of Satan, and they're making it possible that you can commit suicide as well. They'll even do it for you. They're making the law so that if you want to take your life away from you, and the devil has not convinced you inside to do it yourself, they will assist you in it. And they call it love. And if you want to be a prostitute, running the risk of getting beat up out there on the streets, robbed, raped, and killed. And at one time, the law was protecting you from that. Now the law is like, okay, go ahead. What the? As long as you vote for me. CNN, a California bill repealing loitering related to possible prostitution was signed into law by Gavin Newsom. Police can no longer arrest those who delay or linger without a lawful purpose. If it appears they were trying to engage in sex work. So if the cop drive up and there you are, ladies, standing on the street half naked and cold, shivering, but you're cold and you're half naked and you're walking up and down the street and you're standing around on the corner waiting for somebody to come by and pick you up and offer you $10. And the cops drive by and say, what you doing here? Oh, come here. You can take your time. You ain't got to rush over anymore.
What the?
And the cop ain't going to do nothing about it. You can get away with it now in California. And when the cops drive up, like they do in the movie, you can give the cop the finger. They're not going to do anything about it. The children walk by, and they see you out there half naked, shivering, you cold or too hot, and you're selling your body. The children walk by, they're just going to look and be encouraged. Mommy, Daddy, one day I want to be a prostitute. You know you're out of your mind. That something has happened in your mind if you've been convinced that you want to be a prostitute. I'd rather pick cotton, plow the field, plant peanuts and sweet potatoes, corn, okra, string beans, squash, milk the cow, feed the chicken. But no, you want to be a prostitute. Here's an interview with a Los Angeles prostitute from soft white underbelly. Watch this.
Tell me about your family growing up. You had both your parents?
I have my dad.
Where was mom?
I don't know.
You never had your mom?
Mm-mm.
Mm. How would you describe your childhood with your father?
Pretty normal.
There were no female?
Yeah, I had a stepmom.
Your stepmom, okay. Do you think you're getting addicted to this lifestyle? The fast money and all that?
I don't know what you mean addicted.
I mean,
like I chose to do it because I always wanted to do it. So it's like anybody else choosing like what they want to do.
There's no way you could stop and go do a regular square job?
No.
Are there any negative effects from doing this kind of work? Nothing. It's all good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't affect your karma, doesn't affect anything like that?
Affect what?
Your karma? Do you believe in karma?
No, not really.
When I see her, I see a young lady that is starving for a return to the love of the Father. That's what I see. And she think those ideas that she have to be a prostitute are her own ideas, and they're not. She's been convinced within that it's okay. And there are consequences of being a prostitute. You get beat up. You get robbed. You get raped. And she think that those are her own ideas. And that's what the devil does to every human being. Everyone. There's not one that it doesn't happen to until you overcome it. Your thoughts are not your own, and you do not have a free will. You are convinced to do what you do, and you think that is you. And then you say, oh, I wanted to do that. I wanted to rob that bank. And you didn't. That woman there, that female there, she had no clue what's going on. Really, with herself. And I mentioned that the devil not only convinced you to commit suicide, you might well take your own life. It ain't worth nothing. You're lonely. You don't have friends. You don't have a woman or a man. You don't have anything. You ain't worth nothing. You might as well kill yourself. Oh, okay. Well, who told you to kill yourself? That was me. That was my idea. I felt that. You say. You identify with it, with evil, worshiping evil. But don't worry. If you miss the devil telling you that you don't carry it out in your own mind, you can go to Canada, and they will assist you in committing suicide. This is from TNC News. Currently, people are eligible for MAID, medical assistance in dying. If they have a serious illness causing them to live in a state of irreversible decline and enduring physical or psychological suffering. Everybody has psychological suffering. Line up. Right? When Canada expand doctor-assisted suicide next year to people who struggle from mental illness, everybody said they have mental illness. It is likely that the government will allow people who are addicted to drugs to qualify as well. Oh, Lord. All they have to do is build a pot house right next to the assisted suicide house, and you're a goner. Put a pot house there, free pot. And they'll line up next door, smoke the free pot, and march right over to the assisted suicide building. Watch this from True North.
Canada will legalize medically assisted dying for people addicted to drugs. When euthanasia became legal in Canada in 2016, just over 1,000 Canadians applied for the quote-unquote procedure, applied for death. By 2021, the last year that we have for available data when it comes to MAID, more than 10,000 Canadians took their own lives at the hands of the state via a lethal injection. For context, in 2021, MAID was the 7th leading cause of death in Canada. More Canadians died from MAID in 2021 than they did from liver disease, diabetes, pneumonia, Alzheimer's, and influenza.
Poor people. That's what you get when you don't take control of your own life. Whatever. The devil is having a field day on earth because the earth belongs to him and all his children. They even have a commercial for assisted suicide. Watch this from Simons.
last breaths are sacred. When I imagine my final days, I see music. I see the ocean. I see cheesecake. Even now, as I seek help to end my life, with all the pain, and in these final moments, there is still so much beauty. You just have to be brave enough to see it.
Doesn't that just make you want to buy a ticket today and head for Canada? They have made death seem so beautiful. And it's just an idea. And when death comes, they're going to wonder, what the? There'll be nothing like that. Anyway, so I'm wondering now, will these people qualify for assisted suicide? Watch this compilation.
He is out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
A good candidate.
Bro.
He did.
Bro.
He's at work.
Can I get the toilet? Bro, you are faded. And that's what you do. Yo! She need gas and I want toilet paper. How?
He high at work.
What is wrong with you, bro? They got you working here.
Another one, high at work. A free ticket to Canada.
All we were trying to do was eat breakfast.
Everybody high, except baby Jessica's daddy. Look at that. Y'all better start cooking your own
like
food.
this. What's going on with you, man?
Alright, man, I've just been working.
No, we're waiting for food, man. You got a whole line. You've been sitting here nodding out at the drink machine, man.
Customer service just ain't the same anymore. And we have that in this country, in some states, I believe. And there was a woman by the name of Brennan Maynard that a long time ago, well, not a long time ago, but a while back, according to the report, did it. Tell us about Brittany.
Yeah, I have a picture of her and her little Wikipedia thing in the folder there, Hassan. Brittany Maynard, the young woman who did assisted suicide in Portland, Oregon in 2014, November, at age 29, the tender age of 29. She had a brain tumor. She was married to this one guy for like 2 years, and he stayed married to her, but she killed herself within 2 years of their marriage.
That's her right there. May her soul rest in peace.
She was born down in Anaheim here in California, but I think she moved up to Portland, Oregon, because Oregon allows you, or at least back then it did, probably still this day, allows you to do physician-assisted suicide.
So young.
They had this whole, like, either news report or propaganda puff piece, which is basically the same thing, about her situation when she was still living.
Yeah.
How she went going detailing how, like, they discovered her, she had the cancer and she was only going to be suffering.
All for the thrill of it. You want to overcome thrills and emotions and feelings and all this mess. It's evil. God is not about thrills. He is a dispassionate God. Satan is about thrills. And people love the thrill of loneliness. They love the thrill. You cannot take the thrill of loneliness away. You tell them, you know what? You don't have to be lonely. Loneliness is just an ego ideal. It's not even real. You tell them that, they're like, nope. And so they go to a so-called expert with a degree, and the expert tell them, it's okay to have a thrill. Make a phone call or something. It's okay to be lonely. Just make a phone call, eat the right meal, ride the bike to keep your thrill going. The thrill of loneliness. Loneliness is just an idea. It's just another false perception of life. But yet most people love their loneliness. And everybody and their mama are lonely. People get married because, I'm lonely. Did you know that? People get married. I don't want to get old and lonely. Men and women. And what they do, they try to fulfill that thrill of loneliness. They get married, and now the fight is on, and now they're getting the thrill from the fight, fighting with one another. Somebody lied to you when they told you that emotions are good. Emotions are evil. The ones that feel good and the ones that feel bad, they're both imposters. Because as soon as you come down from that one that feel good, you're feeling bad, and you're on the attack. And then you get the good feeling back again, you're okay for a minute, but you're still evil. But people love the feeling of loneliness. You can sell bottles of loneliness and become a millionaire overnight. ABC is reporting a new Meta Gallup survey spanning, think about this and listen to this, a new Meta Gallup survey spanning 142 countries. 142 countries ask a range of ages in general, how lonely do you feel? How lonely do you feel? Nearly 1 in 4 adults across the globe feel very or fairly lonely. You could not convince those folks that loneliness is evil. It's an illusion. It's a separation from your normal self, your natural self. They don't want to hear that. They want to go to Dr. Vivek Murthy and find a way to fulfill the loneliness, to keep it going, not to overcome it. Most people don't want to overcome their hell. I promise you that. They love their hell. And if you tell them you can overcome that hell, they'll attack you. And they'll go to a person with a degree to encourage them to keep the loneliness feeling going. Forbes has reported Dr. Vivek Murthy, the U.S. Surgeon General, released an 85-page advisory declaring loneliness a new public health epidemic in the United States. Watch this from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Watch this.
Loneliness is far more than just a bad feeling. Being socially disconnected, which can range from feeling alone to being isolated, is bad both for individual and societal health. Social connection is as fundamental to our mental and physical health as food, water, and sleep. Now is the time to invest in building social connection. This first ever Surgeon General's advisory on our epidemic of loneliness and isolation shows us how. The keys to connection are simple. Answer a phone call from a friend. Invite someone over to share a meal. Listen and be present during conversation. Seek out opportunities to serve others. These steps may seem small, but they're extraordinarily powerful.
Wow, that's evil, bad, nasty, wrong advice concerning loneliness. They are intellectual, evil nutcases giving you the wrong advice to keep you in the hell with them. intellectual people are evil, and they have no answers. It's up to you. I'm not giving whatever. But as long as you try what he just said, you're going to stay in your loneliness. And you're going to be miserable. Because you can make all the phone calls, you can do all the services that you want, you can do all the this that you want and that. When you by yourself, loneliness is going to smack you right in the face and make you feel even worse. Because everything he suggests that you do for loneliness is keeping the spirit of evil alive. You want to die from that ego feeling spiritually. And they put on all these fancy titles to their names, and you trust the title. You'll walk right in blind, walk right into the person with the master degree or a double master, double PhD, and you walk out even blinder. If you take charge of your world, then you'll be fine. And the hell will be around you, inside of others, and you'll be living in the world, and you will not be of it. It'll be amazing. Woe unto those who celebrate evil. Watch this from post-millennial. 2 teenagers accused of murdering a retired police officer appeared in a Las Vegas courtroom again on Tuesday. And we told you about this story. Ayala, and Keys allegedly struck a retired police chief while he rode his bicycle. While sitting before the judge, 18-year-old Jesus Alaya and 60-year-old Jasmine Keys were caught smiling and laughing. Watch this on CBS.
Jesus Ayala and Jameer Keys smiling at the widow and daughter of Andy Probst as they leave the courtroom Tuesday. The teens are accused of intentionally hitting the 64-year-old retired California police chief. They're charged with murder and additional felonies in connection with an August 14th crime spree. Police say they also hit this 72-year-old cyclist that morning. He survived. The teens appear to communicate with each other, at times covering their faces and also laughing.
What did you see them doing?
They were flipping us off. I would say about 3 or 4 different times. They flipped us off, flipping each other off, joking around with each other, definitely not taking anything serious whatsoever.
On Monday, we obtained police body camera video showing the moment after Ayala was taken into custody.
You think this juvenile gonna do something? I'll be out in like 30 days.
Wow. He said you'll be out in 30 days. That's your government for you. I want you to focus. Look how the government has changed everything. They unleash evil, and they are putting good in prisons, in your own home, on your streets, at your businesses, everywhere. That's evil. Woe unto the man or the woman who call good evil and evil good. From Wikipedia of why you should move out from under Mama. Mama don't love you. My mama don't like you. She likes everyone. Mama love no one. Mama will build an army against you and destroy you, or at least try. Wikipedia, Ed Kemper is an American serial killer who murdered 8 people, including his own mother and grandma. Kemper was nicknamed the co-ed killer, as most of his victims were female college students. Watch this from True Crime magazine.
College girls began to disappear while hitchhiking. 2 of the victims were picked up from the campus of the University of California at Santa Cruz. That's where Ed Kemper's mother was working as an administrative assistant.
You were involved in the campus because your mother worked there?
Yes. I was also involved in killing co-eds because my mother was associated with college work, college co-eds, women, and had had a very strong and violently outspoken position on men for much of my upbringing. They represented not what my mother was, but what she liked, what she coveted, what was important to her, and I was destroying it. Mother was a sick, angry, hungry, and very sad woman. I hated her, but I wanted to love my mother. And this craving, this awful, raging, eating feeling inside, I could feel it consuming my insides. It was overwhelming me. It was like drugs. It was like alcohol. A little isn't enough. At first it is. And as you adjust to that psychologically and physically, you take more and more and more. I can't get away from her. We're still fighting. She's still belittling me. I'm like a puppet on a string, and I entertain her. She knows all my buttons, and I dance like a puppet.
Your grandmother and her daughter-in-law, your mother, were two women very important in your life, and you killed them both.
And they were both aggressive, matriarchal women. They'd been the daughters of strong, matriarchal women. I still loved my mother, and it's hard for somebody to comprehend that you murder your mother through love. It isn't a rational process.
I rest my case. Now do you believe me when I say the hell come through the woman? Every woman has the same spirit until they're born of the Father. And this is what destroying all races of children. It's no different. It doesn't matter if you Jewish, Gentile, Baptist, Catholic, red, white, blue, black, orange, whatever color you might be, how rich or poor, you must be born again of the Father. That spirit of the mother will destroy you. That's the spirit of every woman. That's what's happening in this country, that country, the country over yonder, the country over there. It's the same spirit around the world. It's not you. It's that thing that made a home in you. My engineer is here right now, Billy, and I wanted to ask Billy 2 questions so y'all can see how smart he is.
What? Yeah, go for it.
He's awake. He might not look like it, but he is awake. He has that engineer personality. To whom or what are you loyal and why?
What?
That's the biblical question, just in case.
Oh, God. Man, I have no idea. I have no idea even how to answer that question. Yeah. You got another question? Yeah, I mean...
He black.
Let's see. I mean, I'm loyal to... I'm loyal to what I think is right. I don't know. I mean, it's a hard question. I don't know even how to answer that question.
It's a hard question?
To me, yeah. I mean, I'm loyal as far as treating other people how I would like to be treated.
How would you like to be treated?
How I'm treated, or like I do.
I have some quotes I want you to respond to.
Uh-oh. Okay.
This is from Wikipedia. It's thought-provoking quotes.
Uh-oh.
Wikipedia. Carl Jung. Remember him?
No.
You never heard of Carl Jung?
I've heard of him.
You have heard of him?
Yeah.
Carl Jung was a Swiss psychiatrist and psychologist. Psychoanalyst.
Psychoanalyst.
He was a psychiatrist and psychoanalyst. Jung is widely regarded as one of the most influential psychologists in history. And one of the things that he said, this is from Medium, Jung once said, beware of unearned wisdom. Beware of unearned wisdom. And you say?
True. Yes.
And what does that mean?
People like you just pick up a saying, you listen to what somebody else said, you listen to someone else heard, you think you understand what you don't understand.
Yeah.
And
that's deep. And you're ready to run out and tell it to somebody else.
And you like to tell it to somebody else, show how much you know or whatever. And it's like you can't back it up because you don't know what the hell you're talking about, really.
Did you say, what the hell you talking about? Did you just say that?
Yeah.
What the? But that's true. Sean and I was talking about this morning when we were going over the package, and Sean gave a perfect example of it as well. He said it reminded him of the Bible thumpers.
Yeah.
How they just learn the Bible, they go out and just quote it and preach on the corner and quote the Bible all day long, but they have no wisdom of it at all.
Right.
So you need to beware of the unearned wisdom because they don't have it.
Yeah, I think it's more of a problem when you're younger. But I guess there are people who keep on with it and never get anything else.
Right.
never get anything real.
Yeah.
You know.
I see people all the time quoting what I say about the mama, anger, and all that.
Yeah, well,
but
they
don't have the wisdom that come with it.
Right.
Just repeating what I say.
Right, but when you're younger, you got nothing to. You don't know any of that stuff, and maybe you should stay away from it. So, yeah, I mean, I got nothing to say about it. I mean, that's it. Yeah.
And one last one.
Okay.
This is from Wikipedia. Have you ever heard of Edgar Allan Poe?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Just heard of him. I don't know what he looks like or nothing.
He white. Poe once wrote, and here's the quote: "All that we see or seem, SEEM, is but a dream within a dream." All that we see or seem, SEEM, is but a dream within a dream.
I think it's mostly a dream within a dream, kind of. Yeah.
It is. You sleep and you dream it and don't know it.
Yeah, just kind of like living in a program, like even what you said earlier about.
So it's like this. Okay, video games.
You just cut him off.
Oh, well, that's gonna
finish your point.
I love Bill.
The hell with him.
Oh, Lord.
Once you wake up, so many things you're going to see clear, you're going to realize, but you're going to realize that human beings ain't all that it seems. There's no reason to be afraid of them. There's no reason to consider what they think or say. No reason to expect anything from them. No reason for it's crazy. All that we see or seems, SEEM, is but a dream within a dream. It is so true that it's mind-blowing. This is from Wikipedia, in case you haven't heard of George Orwell. He was an English novelist, essayist, journalist, and critic. It can't get any more list than that, huh? Well, according to Goodreads, Orwell said, and this is so true, Orwell said political language is designed to make lies sound truthful and murder respectable and to give an appearance of solidity to pure wind. Solidity to pure wind. That's what's happening now in these wars. If you were to open your eyes and wake up and pay attention, you would see that when these people are on TV talking about the war and pushing it, you can know something is wrong. You can see that they're lying to you. They're not telling you the whole story. They're lying to you. But they make it seem so real until when they kill the civilians who are not even a part of the war, you're okay with that. It all depends on what side you're on, too. You take side, and they're lying to you, and they'll make up stuff. And the people take sides and fall for it because they appear to be telling you the truth. They hold a straight face. They look right into the camera, and they tell lies. And you fall for it, and then you join sides, and you're down here fighting one another, and that's what they want you to do, so you can't see what they're up to. According to Wikipedia, the father of American literature, Mark Twain, was an American writer, humorist, entrepreneur, publisher, and lecturer. And here's what he had to say from AZ Quotes.
Never argue with stupid people. They will drag you down to their level and then beat you with experience.
Wow. Read that again.
Never argue with stupid people. They will drag you down to their level and then beat you with experience.
That's deep. That is so deep. I'll fly with the anchor baby on his flight today at 4. Read that again.
Mark Twain, never argue with stupid people. They will drag you down to their level and then beat you with experience.
That's amazing. It reminds me of what I've been warning the people: never argue with the devil. Stop arguing. Lay your weapon down. Two people arguing, trying to prove something, are just two devils arguing. Stop it. You don't have to be arguing about this stuff. Really. You don't have anything to prove to anyone. Why are you doing it? In marriages, either the husband loves the wife or the wife loves the husband, or they don't. Arguing about it ain't going to create love. It'll create a phony feeling of love, and then you go have some sex, and then that'll disappear. And go back to that phony feeling of hate. Stop arguing with the devil. The devil is not trying to help you. The devil is trying to hurt you. So when you're arguing with other people, you're arguing with people who are trying to hurt you, not trying to help you. A list of where you should not take a woman on the first date.
Right. Women contributed online and put together a list.
Okay. And I want y'all to respond to the list. Read the list, Hassan.
Yes, sir.
Oh, it's a long list.
I know. The Cheesecake Factory, as we know. Applebee's, Chili's, Chipotle, Olive Garden, the movies, your house, any fast food chain, Buffalo Wild Wings, Wingstop, Red Lobster, a buffet, IHOP, International House of Pancakes, Denny's, the gym, church, Starbucks, coffee dates, ice cream dates, family functions, probably a good idea, movie night, Netflix, Hulu, and etc. Somewhere that requires a long drive, bowling, nightclubs, hookah bar, a bar for just drinks, the Waffle House, and sports events.
So in other words, leave the bitches at home.
Whoa.
Ain't nowhere to take them then.
No, they mentioned everything.
The guy should leave the bitches at home. All those places are fine places to go eat on a date. But anyway, hey, what do you think about that?
What the? It's amusing. I think the women, these women are spoiled, because I've taken some first dates to places like that.
No places are amazing to go eat on a first date.
Long drive.
Yeah. What the?
That's like the best one.
And Sean, you say?
Jim.
I'm a big fan of Outback, and you'll notice Outback wasn't on the list, so that's going to be my choice.
And the Outback is going to be like the Cheesecake Factory.
Wasn't on the list.
So you're going to pull out the list?
Right. Yeah, just dissatisfied women.
Joel, you say?
I say that they're making it pretty obvious for me that if they're showing, I mean, I'm sure they don't say this list up front, but it just gives you it's a good thing because it gives you a quicker red flag of how to avoid these type of females. So it's a good thing at the same time, I think.
Amazing. Hassan, you say?
I'd say I'd like for a woman to produce a list of where do you want to go? What is the list? You know, it's like what? No, I'm just saying. Yeah, it's like all this stuff is like that means there's nothing else to go to. I mean, what I would like for someone to say, then where is an appropriate place to go? Because what else is left?
What they're
A
telling
plane ride.
Can't even go bowling.
A helicopter ride.
Somewhere expensive.
Yeah, but
that's the point of the list.
I know.
But I don't even, I don't know. It seems kind of, honestly, the man should say, you need a cook.
Ooh, based.
That's right. Honestly, he should give her the finger and go home.
Give her some cooking utensils.
Listen, guys, you guys have really screwed these young ladies up. They're spoiled now. They think they're more than what they're worth. And for them to come up with a list or say, I'm not going to, that's evil. And it means that they know that you guys are weak and that you do anything to be in their presence. Not you guys, but your generation, I guess. That is evil to even come up with a list like that. Who do you think you are? You're going to tell me where I can take you with my money.
Miss Big Stuff.
Yeah. Who do you
I'm glad
think
Popeyes wasn't on the list because Popeyes is still, I guess, eligible.
Nice.
Evidently. But they ain't worth that.
Well, that's the thing is that men have, like you're saying, men have allowed it, and we allow the women to act that way.
Yeah.
And we accept it because we still want the prize at the end of the day, right?
And that's just sex.
So
you don't have to pay that much money for sex.
And the women know
As a matter
that.
of fact, you don't have to pay anything.
Where was the date spot back in the day for you? Where was the spot to go?
To the cotton field, on the side of the road.
Going for a walk.
To House of Grits. Popeye. Wherever. It wasn't nothing like, it wasn't even thought of like this.
The corner.
Yeah, Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, yeah,
down the road.
Kinfolk's
What's
Corner.
that place? Oh, yeah, Kinfolk Corner.
That's right. Kinfolk Corner was an amazing corner.
Yep.
It wasn't like this, guy. And the guys wasn't weak like this.
Well, wasn't the point even back then just the point is the person, right? You're getting to know the person, not
right. You just
deciding.
all having fun
Yeah.
and getting to know each other, and you might get a bite to eat.